Students, welcome for geography class. All of you all know that very soon we'll begin with the first unit test. Therefore, let's quickly revise our chapters for unit test. Chapter 1, the earth and the graticule, and chapter 2, let us use the graticule. So let us start with the first chapter, the earth and the graticule. In this chapter, we have learned that earth is made up of two factors, that is water and land. Land means continents. That means our entire earth consists of only two important factors. First is water, that is various oceans, sea, rivers, ponds, lakes, etc. And next is land. Land means continents, and on continents we have various other countries that are located. So the main factor our earth is made up of is only two factors, that is water and land. Now division of earth is made up of water and land, as I told you. Water means all the oceans. Now ocean is the biggest water bodies, followed by sea, then we have rivers, we have wells, lakes, etc. So now the number of oceans on the earth are 5. Those are Arctic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean and Southern Ocean. Whereas the land is divided among the continents. Continent means a piece of land. A huge piece of land is called as a continent, and therefore there are various countries on it. So there are 7 important continents on the earth. Those are North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Australia, Atlantica and Africa. These are the names of 7 important continents on the earth and the 5 important water bodies or oceans on the earth. Now, what is the meaning of continent? A huge piece of land is called as a continent. A vast area of huge piece of land is called as a continent, and there are 7 continents on the earth. Okay. Now, among the ocean, Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. That means it consists of n number of water. The largest water body or largest ocean on the earth is Pacific Ocean, and opposite to it is the smallest ocean, that is the Arctic Ocean. This Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean in the world. You can see over here it is the ocean, Arctic Ocean, and over here you have such kind of icebergs. Why? Because it is located in the North Pole, and that is the reason it consists of ice or snow. So the largest ocean is Pacific Ocean and smallest ocean is the Arctic Ocean. And among the continents, Asia is the largest continent in the world, and followed by Australia is the smallest continent in the world. Now all of us know that this is India, which lies in the Asian continent. So we are one of the people who lie in the largest continent on the earth, and that is Asia, and Australia is the smallest continent. This is the smallest continent on the earth. Now moving on to our earth size, let us understand the size of the earth from North Pole to South Pole. That means from North Pole to South Pole, the distance of the earth is 12,714 kilometers. Similarly, the distance of the earth from west to east, from here to here, it is 12,756 kilometers. So above from this two, you realize that the distance of the earth from west to east is more than that of the distance of the earth from north to south. Now, what is the meaning of a globe? I'm sure all of us must have seen a globe. This is exactly a globe. Okay. Now, globe is just a miniature model of the earth. The meaning of the word miniature means small. Look-alike, model means look-alike. जिसके जैसा दिखता हो. So our globe look exactly like our earth. Therefore, it is defined as a miniature model of the earth is called as a globe. Miniature model means small, in small size. Obviously, if you study the earth, you cannot bring the earth in our class, right? And that is the reason the scientists have prepared such kind of globe, which help us to understand or study the geography or locate the various countries of the world. Therefore, the word miniature means small. Now, the angular distance, location of any place is determined by its center. This is our earth, this is our center. So, you must have studied that it is very important. This is From the center, we locate the North Pole, the South Pole, West, and the East. So from the center, we locate the various locations on the Earth. Equator becomes the center line that divides the Earth into two equal parts. So you'll realize this is our equator, which divides the Earth into equal parts. Now, parallels of latitudes. You have to understand that this is a globe which consists of standing lines or vertical lines and slipping lines or the horizontal lines. You have a geographical name for this. This is called as latitudes and longitudes. Now, circles created at some angular distance from center of the earth are parallel to each other. These are called as latitudes. I am sure you in your maths you have studied the meaning of parallels. Okay, the lines which do not intersect or do not meet each other are called as parallel lines. You will understand over here the slipping lines, also called as the horizontal lines, are parallel. That means they do not intersect or they do not touch each other. Therefore, they are called as parallels of latitudes. Means the slipping line or the horizontal lines on the earth are called as the parallels of latitudes. And they are always measured in terms of degree. Okay, you must have used a protractor, and this is how we use to locate the various places on the earth. If you hold the protractor on this center line, you will realize that equator lies on the 0 degree parallel. That means equator is the largest parallel which lies on the 0 degree. This is the protractor. If you hold over here, you understand, you realize that it lies on the 0 degree parallel. This is how our earth looks like, which consists of parallels of latitudes and meridians of longitudes. Now, the earth is divided by the equator into two equal parts. This is our earth which divides the earth into two equal parts, which are northern hemisphere. The upper part of the earth is called northern hemisphere and the down part is called as the southern hemisphere. So the earth is divided by equator into two equal parts, and the two equal poles which the earth divides are North Pole, this is the North Pole, and the South Pole. Now, the meridians of longitude. Just now we understood the meaning of parallels of latitudes. Similarly, the standing lines or the vertical lines on the earth are called as meridians of longitudes. Now, why are these lines not called as parallels? Because you will see these lines when they go towards both the poles, North Pole and South Pole, they intersect or they touch each other. Therefore, they are not called as parallels, but they are called as meridians of longitude. So, the semicircles that can be drawn from each degree are called as meridians of longitudes. Now you can see over here, this is a red line that passes through the center of the earth. It is called as a prime meridian. So just as the equator which passes at the 0 degree, similarly is a prime meridian that passes at the 0 degree. Therefore, it is called as a prime meridian. The longest meridian on the earth is the prime meridian. Prime meridian are measured in degrees. These semicircles divide the earth into two equal parts. Those are Western Hemisphere and Eastern Hemisphere. You will see over here in this particular diagram, the earth that it is divided vertically, it is by the prime meridian. So, the equator divides into two parts. Those are Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere. And this is a prime meridian that divides into Western Hemisphere and Eastern Hemisphere. You can see this is the earth. So it consists of vertical lines also called as meridians, and the slipping lines are also called as the latitudes or parallels. So we have learned the meaning of parallel latitude. That means slipping lines on the earth are called as parallels and the standing lines are called as the meridians of longitudes. Now the graticule. The parallels and the meridians on the globe form a net. It is called as graticule. You will see that it looks like a net, right? The parallels and latitudes, it looks like a net. That is called as the graticule. It helps us to locate, facilitate means locate the place on the earth. So graticule helps to locate or find out a place on the earth. Both longitudes and latitudes are used for determining location on the earth. You can see the various countries with the help of the longitudes and latitude locate the place on the earth. You must have heard something called a geographical information system, GIS. That means if you want any information, you can go to Google, and that is where you get this information. That is called as geographical information system. You can get information of whatever you want throughout the world. And next is something called as global positioning system. You must have heard the word something called as GPS. If you have to go to an unknown place, you don't know how to go there, you don't know where the place belongs to, how to go there, you can, on the mobile phone, you have such kind of icons you must have seen. Okay, this is something that helps us to go to a place, which will show us the road how to go to the place which we don't know how to go about. That is called as global positioning system or GPS. Technology is now available on mobile phones. Okay, motor cars means the various types of internet services, or the automobile means cars. Okay, so this GPS is almost there in today's motor car means car. So sub caro mein you will find the technology of having the GPS system, which help us to drive to a place which we don't know about. Students, I hope you have understood this lesson very clearly. I request all of you to please go through the video, understand the video properly, and solve the assignment test and also the unit test. Thank you. Tomorrow we will revise the chapter 2 of geography. Let us use the data cube.